Hello everybody. Hey guys, Pig here. Wanted to do a quick little video updating everybody. People have been requesting for a long time a follow-up about the situation with YouTube. Basically, a few months back, you guys may remember the video. If you haven't seen it, check the description below. We released a video mentioning that YouTube was screwing us around with ad revenue. There was a new system that YouTube rolled out at the time, late last year, and it was meant to do a good job of capturing false views. Basically, invalid views, I believe they would call it. Basically, it's meant to be when bots are watching your videos. Obviously, they don't want to be charging advertisers for people that aren't actually people. So they rolled out a new system, and it was getting a ton of what I can only imagine, and my theory is it was all false positives. I basically realized, me and Dot checked our YouTube analytics one day, found we were getting zero income off any of the YouTube videos. They weren't having any ads played on any of them, and we were like, what the hell? Has my channel been, shadow banned because I said something that maybe triggered off a censor thing? Maybe I was saying that they thought I was being a bit too inappropriate. I don't know. So we had this whole process of back and forth trying to figure it out. We found videos from many other creators who are having the same issue, where basically almost all of their views were being counted as bots or fake views. They were getting no ad revenue as a result. Last time I updated you guys, I was having back and forth with Google, multiple support tickets open. I had multiple people who watched the stream in the YouTube contact me after that video and say, hey, we're going to help you get in contact with like a higher tier of the support ticket, more priority, where you're going to get a bit more attention on it. So big thanks to everybody who did reach out to help. We had a few different people do that. And as a result, we got multiple support tickets, including their internal support ticket team, all to unfortunately have the same response, which was, it's working as intended, Pig. And I was like, is it though? I don't know. And there was lots of me taking screenshots of my analytics and saying, look, I have very consistent viewership on my YouTube. To summarize the situation, we get about 200,000 ad plays on average in a month, give or take 20, 30,000, but it's always very similarly around there. In the month period where this first happened, we got 2,000. So 99%, not an exaggeration, literally 99% of our normal viewership, they said, was invalid views. And as a result, ads weren't playing. Now, we contacted them about this. We showed them and they said, oh, no. The ads were playing. They just got refunded because there was a high amount of invalid traffic. I contacted them again and said, well, actually, my current videos day to day are still not having ads playing on them. You've claimed at the end of the month, the system has refunded those and then they've backtracked and not been counted. Yet every single day, I am still not having ads played on my videos. So what's going on? Essentially, we had this conversation multiple times, and every time I showed them evidence saying, this is my normal viewership, my normal amount of ads, how is 99% of this fake? YouTube came back and said, oh no, it's working as intended. We've checked with the technical team and they say there's no bugs. These were invalid views. And I've said, how is that possible that 99% of my viewership is invalid? They've said, well, working as intended. So it kind of hit that standstill. If you've ever dealt with a big corporation where you're kind of always having a different person respond to you and they're just sending you a copy-pasted response over and over again. And I was saying, look, you guys have a problem in your system. You're finding false positives. This is happening to multiple creators. And they weren't giving me the time of day or listening to it. And we ran into a brick wall of working as intended. Now, after about a month that fixed, our revenue started back up again. We were getting ad playbacks, but our CPM, the rate we would get for each ad, was much lower. Over a few weeks, it worked back up to its normal rate. We heaved a sigh of relief and said, thank God it's back to normal. And it then dropped and we had another 2 weeks of absolutely no ads. Same problem. What's going on, YouTube? We released that video. We chased it down more. It then recovered again. The CPM slowly recovered the rate we were getting per ad and went back to normal. And since then, it's been more or less steady at the normal rate. So people are saying, hey, did it fix? Are you getting ad revenue now? We are. In total, we lost about 2 months worth of ad revenue. And it is back to where it was before that. So it's not a huge amount of money, but it is at least reliable and steady. The big problem for us, of course, and why we're a little dissatisfied is because at any point the same thing could crop up as it did over those 2 periods. And YouTube is basically going to say, no, it's fine, working as intended. So it does make you realize just how fragile any security there is with your YouTube income, as it can literally get taken away due to a bug in their system, which they will never own up to. So unfortunately, a bit of an issue there with YouTube. That being said, this has been a good chance for us to refocus on what we're doing with the YouTube channel and how we can keep it consistent and worthwhile. So Dot's in the room with me right now as well. She's been doing amazing editing, thumbnails. You guys, yes, I know some of them are a little bit clickbaity. Oh, biggest bailing hit ever. It's my face, but we like just putting our best foot forward there. Dot's been creating awesome thumbnails. She's been putting more editing into the videos, which you know I never did before. Shout out to anybody who got to see the video. We did have one missed editing the other day where it was 3 minutes of me between games sipping my water and typing on my phone.
That's not my fault.
That was not Dot's fault as well. That was the YouTube editor's problem. Like their editing system.
No, it just didn't process.
It didn't process. It didn't process the bits that were meant to be removed.
Sometimes YouTube doesn't even do the thing that it meant to do either. So.
Sometimes YouTube doesn't even do the thing it's meant to be doing. So we're doing all the editing manually outside of YouTube now because the online system struggles with those big files when we're casting a big series. But it's been a good chance to go back and obviously what we did in that last video when we realized, oh my God, we're making no money off YouTube and this is really rough, is we did go back and we finally revamped the Patreon, which previously the Patreon page was just a straight up, hey guys, if you like my content, it's free. I don't charge for anything. But if you want to support, you could support here and I really appreciate it. And that was essentially what the hell was going on, right? It was just a very basic page. And Dot really helped me come together and come up with some fun goals and all that sort of stuff. So we came up with this. We've had an amazing, show of support from all sorts of different people. Some people have had to hop on after a bit. New people have come on. People have been adjusting their levels. But the fact that we've actually got a whole bunch of fun different rewards. You've got things, like early access to the Florencio files. You've got all these different, ways of getting replay packs and all sorts of different things. You can get your name on the wall of Bacon. We've also, of course, had a lot of fun with the Bacon arcade streams. I was like, man, do I really want to just play StarCraft arcade games? Will it be that much fun? But it's been amazing. Eon Blue's been hosting up heaps of games. We've been playing Raynor Party. We've all been just dying constantly in Icebaneling Escape. That's been a lot of fun. So we've had a few people who sign up to this tier, and then we always fill out the custom games with just other people, first come, first served, on those streams. That's been awesome. It's just been cool to have so much support. So I want to say a massive thanks to everyone who's hopped on the Patreon. We even had a Leviathan for quite a few months there, which was just an amazing show of support there from Vivek. So big thanks to everybody who's been hopping on and supporting. But it's also made us a little bit more aware of the fact that, look, we can only put out so many videos. Previously, I would often do a content dump, bam, 5-7 videos in one day, because we just have so many kind of cool things. I was like, oh, this was a cool thing off the stream, let's share it. But we're trying to be a little bit more conscious about what we put on YouTube. The algorithm does not like us doing that. It basically doesn't show most of those videos to people. It works best when we put out one video a day. So because of that, we've been kind of just chatting and saying, hey, what do we want to put out each day? Do we want to do, for a while, we were doing a lot more Florencio files, a lot more rough. You guys would have seen a lot more funny, kind of silly content, creative strategies, and the occasional ladder game or pro series thrown in there. But it was kind of mostly that stuff and Icyfar. We've realized that something that I love doing is pro StarCraft. I love talking about pro StarCraft. I also love teaching StarCraft, and it's been a little while. A lot of people are still here as people who enjoy learning and playing the game, and there's been a lot of people asking for guides. We've done Google forms that Dot put up, basically saying, what content do you guys want to see? Tons of people asking for guides, tons of people asking for more pro StarCraft, as well as many people saying, hey, we love what you're doing. We love Florencio, we love Ruff, we love Grim Reaper and Printf, keep doing that. So we've kind of been having a big think about, what do I want my identity as a content creator to be? What content do we want to put out frequently for you guys? And we've revisited all of that. We've gone back to the base level, and we're still figuring it out as we go. But what we've tried to do is we've combined Icyfar. Rather than going over 2 or 3 days for those episodes, we've said, let's put it in one big compilation where you can see the strategies evolve all in one big video. Throw that out every Monday after my stream when I do that live. We've said, you know what, maybe we don't need to do 3 Florencio files every week. Some of the replays I was casting, I was giving a bit too much pressure to Flo to just send me replays. I've said, just send me the very best from now on. I'm going to be really critical. If there's a flurry of files where I'm like, not the best game, I'm not even going to put it up on YouTube. I'm going to make it so it's just the best, so you guys are actually knowing when you see a Florencio files, it's a really hilarious game. Same with a rough replay. And what are we going to do with that extra space that opens up in the schedule? I'm going to try and have at least one Procast series come up, and it's going to be the best games, whether it's from an EPT or the big recent finals, whether it be Cheese Adelphia or the Last Chance tournament. I'm going to be casting some of those absolute best games. I want at least one of those series, preferably 2 a week going out. We're also going to be doing guides as well. This Saturday, I'm going to be streaming and trying to get a kind of how to use guide, where we're going to talk about how to use Roach Hydra, how to use Colossus Chargelot Archon, and how to use Biotank, and doing these with a very tight restriction so that I can give a bit of a guide on how to use generic armies that tend to work in most situations and show you all the little details that make what sounds like a limited unit set actually available. So we're going to expand this content, try and get a guide out every week is the goal, but we'll see how that goes. We're going to try and be getting out those procasts, upping the level of the quality and I guess the quality control on everything we put on YouTube. If there's an issue with something, it ended up being a bit of a boring video, we're not just going to by default throw it up. So we want you guys, when you see a video going up, that it is something that's been a little bit more, what do you call it? In like an art gallery? Dot's just staring at something that's a little bit more tailored, a little bit more, what's the word? I can't think of it. Dot's just staring at her phone. She wasn't even listening. She wasn't even listening to the video. But that's essentially most of the points. I hope curated, polished. Curated was the word I was looking for. Thank you very much. Yeah, so that's about it. Was there anything that I managed to forget here? Basically, yeah, YouTube income is very small. Even now that it's back to being consistent, especially now January after Christmas, the ad rates are absolutely not slow. Loco put out a tweet. His viewership was up like 20%, income down 20% for January. And he was like, sigh, just YouTube things. But despite that, the fact that we've had people hop on the Patreon, we've had people hop on Twitch and be more supportive than ever. And people often in the last few months come into Twitch from YouTube saying, I only watch you on YouTube, but I dropped by to drop a sub or to drop a small tip. The fact that people have been that generous, it means the world. I just want to say a big thank you to all of you, from our hearts. We don't want the YouTube channel just to be something where I just throw some crap up there every now and then. I want it to be something where we curate the content, we give you guys the best content. So it really is the absolute creme de la creme from the Twitch channel goes up. Obviously, we're still throwing up coaching videos and the occasional other thing that doesn't make the cut onto the second YouTube channel. So you can find all the coaching stuff there over on Pig Random. And hopefully, yeah, that is something that you guys can just come to see the channel as something that caters to, I think, those three areas: fun StarCraft, pro StarCraft, and how to learn StarCraft. We're going to try and hit those areas every week consistently, cater to what people have demanded and asked for in the community, and keep giving me your feedback. I'd love to hear in the comments, is there something else? Is there some other area where you're like, no, we need more of this piece of content? Let me know, because we're trying to do a lot more of actually reading the comments. A big thank you, by the way, to everyone who's been answering on the polls recently. A lot of people as well throwing in some hashtags trying to game the system. Definitely all of my videos absolutely are hashtag PewDiePie relevant. So thank you everybody who's been trying to get some keywords going. It's not hashtag. Well, ASMR PewDiePie. I mean, what? Minecraft, boobies. To be fair, when I am wearing my low-cut Unix shirt, boobies is actually applicable. Yeah, some of the other buzzwords. So thank you everybody who's been so supportive. Let us know what you guys are interested in. This is the plan right now, but we will be doing an update again in a few weeks or a month and saying, hey, we've settled into it. The guides are coming out weekly, or maybe we'll have scrapped one part of that content plan. We'll have gone in a different direction. Let your voices be heard. Let me know in the comment section. This is a bit of a rambling video, but thank you for listening. A lot of different things to cover, and we'll update you guys in a little while with how things are going. Once again, thank you for the support, everybody. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the stream, in the YouTube channel, in the comment section. Goodbye and good night.